Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Manning Field for the first of two championship games in the Lynn City Series. This is the girls' version. St. Mary's taking on Lynn Classical. St. Mary's 1-0, Classical 2-0. Classical won their game in attorney, and they won a game the following night, or 2 nights later. I guess they played Thursday. Kylie Kennison is in net for St. Mary's, and Flaherty for Classical. Right off the bat, the corner kick for Classical. It slides through, they got a shot at it, and they tipped it wide. It went right by everybody. And when it got, I think it was Mateo, when it got to her, she had a good opportunity, and she just sliced it wide left, or hooked it wide left. And she put her hands over her head like saying, I can't believe I did that. Classical breaks up the play, and they knock it deep. St. Mary's got a couple of changes, but they're very young, and their young players did the job. Sophie Skabikis, an 8th grader, got 3 of the 4 goals. And the other goal was Brooke Maloney, who's a freshman. She just had an outstanding season as an 8th grader playing softball. She was a league all-star. She played great, both offensively and defensively. They kick it around. Classical's going to let it go out of play, and they'll get to kick it away. So we had the English girls winning the consolation. We had St. Mary's boys winning the consolation. English beat Tech girls. St. Mary's beat Classical boys. Mannion knocks it upfield. Bodies go down. There will be twixt in between. I'm going to break, giving a pass. No, you get the ball and I'll go. And it wound up with Thurman wound up on the ground. They try to make the pass. Nice block by the defense of St. Mary's. They had a player breaking down the far side looking for the pass. Broken up. Classical gets it back, coming down the far side. We're going to push it in front. It gets blocked and knocked away. St. Mary's will put it in play. They knocked it deep. They might have had a break, but it hit off the back of the St. Mary's player. They would have had 2-on-1. But she was turning around, running down, thinking she was going to go get it, and it hit off her back. Glasgow was putting the ball in play, and the referee blew the whistle and said, no, we're giving it to St. Mary's. And they throw it out of bounds. The Indian puts it in play. She threw it right by Correnti. Mike Shenner, the head guy, Fulton Classical. Jimmy Foley, a long time, over 20 years at St. Mary's. Tip knocked away. And St. Mary's will take it back the other way. They knock it deep. And Classical takes it away. St. Mary's takes it back. They knock it deep. Down the far side. And they were trying to throw it out front. They had I think it was Skabikis getting out front. But they couldn't get the ball. The defense shut it off. We have Sophia Skabikis, an 8th grader. Isabel Skabikis, a freshman. They have 11 players who are 7th, 8th, or 9th graders on the St. Mary's team. And they have 2 goalies. The one in net is Kylie Kennison. The other one is Michaela Walker. They're both sophomores. They only have 4 seniors that out in front, bodies. Kennison winds up with the ball. Deflected upfield. And we got a takedown. Allie Fritz said, what did I do? She ran into me. They called Fritz for the takedown. From the 35-yard line, Glasgow will get a free kick. They drill it right to the net. Big hop. For Kennison to make the save. Off Mannion out of play. Off the head. The free kick coming for Diaz. And I don't know if they called St. Mary's offside. Flaherty will get the kick. I think they were cheering because they thought that Nerek made a great little spin around. Instead, she just deflected it off a St. Mary's player. They let them play a little bit. They knocked down, but they let them play a little bit. Haskell knocks it ahead. They threw it off the back foot. Carenti trying to keep it in play and does. And then she loses it out of play. Carenti was trying to make the pass out in front. She wound up hitting it off the back foot and it deflected away rather than going to the net. Skabikas from long range, going to shoot it wide left. Zero the score here, early going of this first half of this first of two championship finals. Consolations are in the books, and trying to get around was Puzo. She pushed it by, but she pushed it out. And Classical will make substitutions. Headed out by Skabikas. Diaz knocks it deep. Winds up out off St. Mary's. Glasgow kicks it away. They kicked it behind a would-be receiver. Skabikas battling. And winning the battle was Tucker. And Tucker will put it in play. They tip it ahead. They left it behind, but there was nobody there to leave it to. Now they bang it out off Classical. Tucker again getting involved as players go down. And she'll take the throw in. Skabikas got that right off the side of the head. Classical knocks it back upfield. St. Mary's will let it go out of play. Keep me alive, trying to get the shot. It goes wide. Good, nice try. That's the 8th grader, Skabikas. She took it away, spun away, got loose for a shot, and good hard shot, but knocked it wide. That goes way out of play. Kabika's getting knocked down as the ball gets knocked out. The throw in by Fritz. And now they're going to get the free kick with a collision. Skavikas will take the kick. Knocks it toward the net. Flaherty will come out, squeeze it between two blue shirts. Good kick by the young 8th grader. St. Mary's coming back. Glasgow breaks it up. Glasgow's been an offensive machine. They scored 7 goals, and I think they got the game they won against, might have been Chelsea, I think, on Thursday night. They scored a bunch of goals again. And they've been spreading it out. Trying to knock it deep. And Glasgow will knock it out. They missed the kick, but it went by everybody. And it's going to go out of play. And it went out off St. Mary's. Skabikas knocks it to the middle. Glasgow knocks it back upfield. From long range, they knock it wide left. It got loose. They had a shot. Bella Awumi was that last shot that went wide left. She's a 7th grader. That's her battling for the ball now, along with Correnti. So they got at least one 7th and 8th grader out in the field, St. Mary's. And that is knocked out of play. That was Ava Correnti knocking out. There's 2, Ava and Eliza. A left-footed kick by Kubikas makes it to the net, but not hard enough and not clear enough. Flaherty had a good shot at it. Thurman pushing it up, looking to go get it. Can't save it, it goes out of play. Even Thurman, very good basketball player. Comes from a long line of athletes in the family. Great athletes at Lynn Classical, Eddie and Tony. We're going to time out just past the halfway mark. No score here in the first of two championship City Series finals. Classical nothing, St. Mary's nothing. Out of the timeout, Coach Jimmy Foley, Coach Mike Senna from St. Mary's and Classical trying to talk to the troops, trying to get something generated offensively. St. Mary's has kept the pressure on a little more. They've had it in the Classical end a little more. Man. Skabikas wound up losing it out of play. Carenti's pass kicked and knocked out by Skabikas. Carenti again will put it in play. Gets it back. Boots it to the middle. Tipped up. Classical. Thurman gets it, trying to knock it to the front of the net, knocked it wide left. And Kennison will let it go out of play. She was trying to just pooch it toward the net, and she hooked it a little too much. St. Mary's will kick it away. Classical now keeping it in the St. Mary's end. And St. Mary's knocks it into the Classical bench area. They throw it too deep. St. Mary's will let it go out of play. Substitutions for both teams. Mary's gets to kick it away again. They misfired. They knock it deep. It skips past. Good hustle coming back. They look like they beat the two defensemen. Flaherty has to make the save. Might have been Mannion coming back. It looked somebody coming from behind. Caught up as they looked like they were going to beat the two defensemen. And from behind, they knocked it away. Carenti boots it deep. And we got a call. I think they're getting St. Mary's for running in, Classical, for running into St. Mary's. And Diaz will take the free kick. Thurman with it, bringing it up. Banging in, Diaz and Thurman making contact. Carenti trying to knock it upfield, knocked it out. Diaz and Thurman banging into each other a couple of times. Diaz knocked it out. trying to get it up to Puzo. And Carenti will put it in play. Diaz knocks it out again. We'll have substitutions again for both teams. Out off the foot of Puzo. They throw it deep. Thurman was going to try and line it up and knock it to the net. Diaz knocked it away. It goes out off Klasko. Kabikis knocks it deep. Carenti is back there looking to play it. And she kicks it out of play. That was Brooke Maloney chasing her, looking to get it. Maloney was a Catholic Central All-Star in softball. What a great year she had offensively and defensively. She was a terrific player. She's a freshman now, but she was an 8th grader on the softball team. Bounced right over the head of Maloney. Skavikas got trying to line up the shot, and she got chipped from behind. St. Mary's trying to flip it out in front, got it past the defense, but hit it off the side of the net. And Flaherty will kick it away. Still no score in this championship final. For you watching at home, if it stays this way, and we certainly hope it doesn't, it would get to a shootout. Trying to walk in, she got taken down. Let's see if that's going to be a penalty kick. Just as she got into the end zone, she got sideswiped and went down. They blew the whistle, and this could be a penalty kick. I think it's Mateo. It's always, the rules are wacky that the person gets knocked down. It's almost like in basketball, you can choose who you want to shoot the foul shot. You can choose who you want to take the penalty kick. Classical opts for Jada Mateo. So Classical with a chance to get on the board with a penalty kick. Both the kicker and the goalie active. She missed it. Missed it again. She beat the goaltender. It hit the post. It bounced out, and she couldn't get control of the ball on the rebound, and she couldn't knock the rebound in. A huge opportunity for Classical, and it goes by the boards. She beat the goaltender. She guessed right, but pushed it too far right, and it hit the post and bounced out, and she had a chance at the rebound, and she couldn't track it down. It was bouncing around. She couldn't get her foot on it. Chipped it. And Kennison wins the battle. And Classical looked like they were going to go on top 1-0. And the post denied them. Mannion swings and misses. And then Carenti knocked it out of play. Diaz puts it back in play. Blocked. Mannion knocks it upfield. Diaz with it. Tipped away. Cleared away. It goes deep. It got broken up by Fritz. Deflected off one of the Classical defenders. Out. They threw it out in front. It hit off the top crossbar. They were trying to clear it away. They put it right on the foot of Sophie Skabikis. She drilled it, and you could watch it from our point of view, watch it going right to the net. Gonna go in and hit the top crossbar and bounced out. So the crossbar and the post have cost both teams a goal. Classical almost playing giveaway there. Mannion knocks it away, skips past Thurman, fighting for it. Keeps it alive, knocks it upfield. It goes out. Off Fritz will have a substitution for Classical. Mannion will put it in play. Diaz again getting involved. Little bump would knock Parisi down. Skabikis again trying to get around the defense. Couldn't. When they finally get a shot off, they knock it wide left out of play. Still no score in this one. We've come close the last couple of minutes with the penalty kick hitting the post. And then Skabikis hitting the crossbar. Rowdy boots it upfield. Thurman collects, gives it to Mannion. They try to push it ahead for Thurman. Diaz beat it to it, and they're back at it. They've had a couple of battles already in this game. Diaz knocked that out off Thurman. Here comes Skabikis. Knocking it deep, it pops loose. Flaherty will come out and get it. She fell on it, then bobbled it. Almost left it for St. Mary's and then grabbed it. I think that was Maloney that was there. The pass, Flaherty come out and beat it to the ball. And then when she beat it to the ball, she bobbled it. And I think it was Maloney. I don't think Maloney knew that. Obviously didn't think she was going to bobble it. Otherwise, she would have been jumping all over it. And Flaherty was able to re-grab it and hold on and kick it away. Now it gets knocked off Classical. So we've had a few almost. Breaking in, looking, taking the shot. Flaherty will get it. That was going to go wide right. That was not on net. That was Latorelli. She's a freshman. Got that shot that just went wide right. Now they're giving it to Classical. St. Mary's was going to put it in play. Classical is just now coming up and get the ball. Now they say no, it's St. Mary's. We'll get a couple substitutions for Classical. So that was strange. They were going to give it to Classical. Diaz didn't like the call, and then they turned around, gave it back to St. Mary's, and now it gets knocked out by Classical. St. Mary's trying to knock it deep. Classical will get there first. As they try to throw it out in front, it gets blocked, and St. Mary's will get a corner kick. Coming up on 5 minutes left in this first half. No score. First of two championship finals. English and Tech will do battle in the boys version. Out in front, tipped away, but not fully away. Now it's cleared away. Headed back. Mannion got a piece of it. They blow the whistle for some reason. I don't know if somebody made contact. So he's going to get a free kick. Dead center from the 25. Diaz will take it. High over the net. Hit the football crossbar. And Flaherty will get to kick it away after we have substitutions. And it goes out of play. St. Mary's knocks it back. Pops straight up in the air. Classical's almost playing total defense because they only have two players upfield. Flaherty will make the save on that little pooch kick. They're having a lot of players back playing defense. So when they kick it upfield, they only have two players looking to make a play offensively till other players can get back upfield. St. Mary's gets there first and takes it away. They get the shot. Flaherty has to make the save. I think that was Maloney again. You know, St. Mary's, they got the ball upfield, but they only got two going against four. Final 2 minutes. Block, we got a St. Mary's player flat on the turf. And that's Diaz, she's now getting up. She's fine. But they stopped it when she went down, so she's got to go out. he's playing well. This is one of those we'll face off and we'll just drop the ball and they kick it deep. It skips past. St. Mary's gets there first. They try to center it. They knock it out of play. Good hustle. They beat St. Mary's to the ball, but they were very deep and they couldn't center it. Flaherty will kick it away. Winding down this first half, we had Mateo hitting the post on a penalty kick, and then on the rebound, couldn't get control of the ball. The ball went out, and they blow the whistle for the half. So they hit the post with the penalty kick. They couldn't control the rebound. That they might have been able to knock it home. And then Sophie Skabikis, wide open for a shot, hit it off the top crossbar. So Classical, I think it's the first time they've been shut out in a half. They've been scoring goals in bunches. But they're shut out, but they've shut St. Mary's out. So the championship final girls version is dead even. St. Mary's nothing, Classical nothing at halftime. Welcome back as we're just about set to start the second half. Still looking for our first score. We've come close on both sides. A post on a penalty kick cost Classical a goal. And the crossbar cost St. Mary's. We're underway. St. Mary's takes it away. They knock it to the net. Flaherty got a piece of it. Might have gone in, might have gone wide. But she dove and got a hand on it, tipped it, and knocked it out. And St. Mary's will get a corner kick. And it looks like it'll be Skabikis that'll be taking it. Gets it up out in front. It bounces loose. Bounces away from everybody. St. Mary's got a piece. Diaz carried it out. She was circling, trying to turn around and get it upfield, and it slipped off her foot and went out of play. Now she breaks it up. And they try to knock it to the net. Flaherty will come out and pick it off the foot of Latorelli. Ooh, right around the head area. And that's Olivia Egan. Glasgow knocks it out. Right to their coach, Mike Senna. Glasgow knocks it into the Glasgow bench. Tip to the middle, knocked away. Medeiros. And they knock it away again. Tuckett knocked it away. St. Mary's knocked it deep. It went out. And St. Mary will watch Classical kick it away. Kicked upfield. And knocked out. Carenti gets around. And it got broken up. And cleared away. Taka just kept it in. She was out of bounds, but the ball was inbounds. That's a wacky rule as well. Basketball, if you standing out of bounds, you touch the ball, it's out of bounds. Soccer, if you step out of bounds, but the ball is inbounds, you're okay. They finally get the throw in by St. Mary's. Oscar kicks it away. And they kick it away again. Trying to get around the defense. Oscar finally knocks it out. Shooting it to the net. Would have gone wide right. Flaherty reached out, grabbed it. She'll kick it away. Diaz got a foot on it. Skabikas knocked it upfield. Flaherty will play it on a couple of hops. Thurman knocks it deep. Glasgow trying to get around. Can't get around the defense. It went out of St. Mary's. Glasgow's going to get a corner kick, I think. Yep. Everybody milling around, picking a partner. They drill it out in front. It's loose. They got a foot on it and tipped it wide left. All they could do is reach over and get a foot on it. Couldn't really get control of it. I think it was McLean. Sienna McLean who got the foot on it. It wasn't McLean. It was Delaney Dana. 20, not 10. Delaney, the daughter of Derek Dana, who outstanding baseball coach at St. Mary's, back-to-back state championships. Bodies go down. Diaz went down. Dana went down. And they're calling it on Dana. Both number 20s. Diaz will get the kick. Headed away by Classical. And Diaz again. She's going to get a yellow card. She got her arm out with a little bit of an elbow and knocked the St. Mary's player, the Classical player down. She's not taking any prisoners. She has to go to the sideline. Mateo was questioning something about with the official, and he went to talk to the other official, and the official looked like he started to go over and talk to Mike Senna. I'm not sure what that was all about. Mateo will finally take the free kick. Off the head of Dana. Put it upfield. Tucker up there. Tucker finally knocks it out. Lovett will take the throw in. Tipped away. Kept in. Shot from long range on a hop. Flaherty will make the save. That's off the 7th grader, Awumi. Classical has it taken away. Awumi with it, dead center. Nice little shift. Another nice little shift. They took the ball away, actually. I think it was Maloney wound up with it. She thought it got tipped. Official said nope. Flaherty will kick it away. That'll be Mateo, I guess, will kick it away. We made a couple of nice shifts. She looked like she might be in position to take a shot. Maloney kind of took the ball away from her and then chipped the shot wide. Off Waterman. Tiberius takes it away. It gets blocked. Rolling to the net. Carenti didn't go get it. She let it go, and St. Mary's almost got to the ball first. Carenti was trying to block St. Mary's away and let Flaherty go get the ball. And they almost gave one away. Now they knock it out. Haskell not getting anything going offensively. St. Mary's isn't doing a lot much better, but they're having it in the Classical end. Putting some pressure on the defense. Classical just lost it out of bounds. Blocked. St. Mary's keeping it in. It skipped past the defense. They were lucky that took a big hop. Shot got blocked by Mannion. Flaherty kicks it away. Bouncing, still loose. Still loose. They get a shot away. Flaherty makes the save. In a maze of players, everybody trying to get a foot on it. I don't know if that was Maloney. Good hard shot. Flaherty made a very nice save. And Flaherty does it again. I think it was the other, Skabikas, Isabella, who got that shot off. She's only a freshman. She's got the ball again, knocked away. Haskell picked off the pass. Thurman with it. Boots it upfield. Off a foot. Glasgow's going to get there first, but there's nobody downfield. Everybody's back up defensively. There's only two players downfield. Glasgow's going to get a corner kick. They'll bring everybody up now. Coming from the far side. One of the few times in quite a while that Glasgow's been this deep. Bounces off a body. Hustling out is Kennison to pick up the loose ball. She'll kick it away. Mannion knocks it ahead. And here he clears it away. They knock it deep. 1-on-1. Walking in. Scoring. Sophie Skabikas. And that's Awumi with a great pass. Threw it up. Skabikas was 1-on-1 with the defense. And she just slipped in and banged it home. That's her fourth goal in the tournament. 8th grader getting it done. She just held the defense away and kept pushing. Finally, she got within about 5 feet and just ripped it past into that far side. And 15 minutes in, 25 minutes left. St. Mary's, with all that pressure finally paying off, they score the goal. A great pass from young Bella Awumi. So the 7th and 8th grader combining for the goal. And Glasgow's now under the gun. We talked about Glasgow scoring goals in bunches. But they've only had one real good chance, and that was the penalty kick that hit the crossbar. How the St. Mary's players, coaches, and fans all breathed a big sigh of relief when it did, especially after the rebound was there and they missed the rebound as well. Bodies go down, they let it go. Skabikas, the other Skabikas, the freshman, the old Skabikas, shot sitting right in the lap, Flaherty. Flaherty made the save, and Sophia Skabikas was right at her ankles trying to knock it loose. Again, they knock it deep, but when they knock it deep, Classical only has 2 against 4 defenders. St. Mary's with the throw-in. Broken up, bodies go down again. Classical breaks it up. He just knocks it back upfield. Tucker looking for it there, letting it go out of play. Came there first. That was Puzo knocking it out. Wasn't Puzo, it was Julia Downey. Flaherty will kick it away. St. Mary's coming right back. Classical can't keep it in the St. Mary's zone too long because they've only got 2 offensive players. That pass was supposed to go to the far side. Shot. Are we sure she's only an 8th grader? She made that complete stop, let the defense go by, spun, threw the shot up. Flaherty had to make the save. Now bodies go down again. But now Classical with a rush, but they only have 2 players. And St. Mary's just doesn't let them get a shot off. Look back in all the years this tournament has been run, St. Mary's probably has more wins in the girls' version because they've had some really outstanding teams. Bouncing loose, they got a shot, knocked it over the net. Tatiana Lazo got a goal in the game the other night here. Knocked that over the net. That's one of the better chances the Classical has had. In fact, might be the only chance they've had here in the second half. And she got it up over the net. Tucker pops it up and knocks it way wide right and out of play. We just get back by the halfway mark. That big goal by Sophia Skabikas, the difference, 1-0 St. Mary's. We got a timeout. Classical's got half of this second half to try and get some offense going. They trail 1-0 on a very pretty goal by Isabel Skabicas, who just held off the defense till she finally got within about 5 feet and just blasted it past Flaherty. Lazo had a shot from in close on a corner kick and knocked it over the net. And that's been Glasgow's only chance in the second half. Pass a little bit behind the antenna receiver, goes out into the Glasgow bench area. Glasgow will get the throw in. And that gets blocked and knocked out. Knock it away. Glasgow gets it back. They pop it up in front. Kennison comes out and dives, smothers the ball. Glasgow player bearing down. And Kennison got there first. Flaherty out with it. Lauren Wilson, who is the backup goaltender, was the one that was closing in when Kennison came out and dove on that loose ball. Tucker with it, broken up. And knocked out by Waterman. Lovett will put it in play. Slips past. Wilson knocks it deep. Thurman will get there first. Trying to get around, can't get around the defense. His defense has been very good. Glasgow picks off the pass. Shot would have gone off the side of the net. Kennison went out and picked it off before it got there, and she'll kick it away. That was Constein, I believe, with that defensive play against Thurman. Okay. Tip back. Glasgow will get it. Waterman knocks it to the far side, too far ahead. Mary's coming back. Glasgow breaks it up. Diaz with it. Keeping it alive. Shot. Eighth and seventh grader almost combined again. Skabicas went around the defense, drilled it. Flaherty made a tremendous save, left the rebound, and the seventh grader, Awumi, got a shot at it and just missed, putting it under the top crossbar on the near side. The two young players both had scoring opportunities. Flaherty made a great save on Skabicas. And then Awumi, looking to knock it home, just got bothered a little bit by the defense and just missed putting it inside the near post under the top crossbar. That would have been a huge goal. So it stays a 1-goal advantage for the Lady Spartans as Lovett puts it in play. Thurman coming down the far side. Trying to center it. Knocked away by the defense. When they knocked it away, they knocked it off the hand of McLean. And that'll give St. Mary's the free kick. Almost beat the defense again. Skavikas was a step away from beating the defense. You could have stuck in and got a foot on it. Just missed. Flaherty was able to grab it, not let her get it. Mannion knocks it deep. Wilson taking it around. Nice stop. Throwing it out in front. And they knock it home. Great play by Wilson. She made a great stop, turned around, threw it out in front, and wide open in front. Delaney Dana. Lauren Wilson made a great play over the far side, just stopped dead in her tracks. The defender went right by. She threw it to the net. It went by, and sitting on the back doorstep was Delaney Dana. And Classville's back in it, tied at 1. So St. Mary's, with all their chances, just near misses. They had the goal. They were leading by 1. They had a great save by the goaltender Flaherty. They had a near miss by the 7th grader Awumi. Skabikas has had a couple of opportunities. They just missed. She just missed by a step and a half for getting in front of the defense and maybe tipping it by Flaherty a few seconds earlier. And now Wilson makes a great play. That little dead stop, and the defense just went by, left her all by herself, so she could get a decent look at the net. Knocked it down, and when it skipped by everybody, there was Dana sitting on the doorstep to knock it into the open net. And just like that, it's 1-1. Haskell breaks it up. And they break it up again. Loose. Here's the 7th grader getting involved again. Here comes Sabikat. She got by 1, got by 2, but couldn't get by the last one. I think that was Correnti that made the last play. And now Glasgow's going to get caught. They reached up and got a hand on the ball. I think that was Mateo. Reached up, got a hand on the ball. St. Mary's going to get a free kick from close. Are they calling it a penalty kick? They're giving him a penalty kick? I thought the hand was out around the 10-yard line. St. Mary's is going to get a penalty kick. Big save by Flaherty. She guessed right. They faked right, went to the left, and Flaherty made a tremendous save. All you can do as a goaltender is guess which way are they going to shoot it. She looked like she was going to go to the right. Flaherty just took a shot, went to her right, and that's where the shot went. She got a big piece and made a tremendous save. And now we got Diaz with a cross-body block. Glasgow will kick it away. And we got St. Mary's taking Glasgow down. Glasgow keeps it alive, but then they knock it out into the St. Mary's bench area. St. Mary's scored on a great goal by Sophie Skabikas. And then they had 2 or 3 opportunities. Looked like Glasgow was never going to get a shot on net. They got a corner kick. Couldn't score. Lazo knocked the ball over the net. And then Waterman came up with that big play. Going down the far side, just making a very quick stop. Just stopped. The defense went right by, gave her an opportunity to throw it to the net. And when it went by, Delaney Dana, sitting on the doorstep, banged it home. And if that wasn't enough to get Glasgow momentum, they came back. They called a penalty against Glasgow. Gave St. Mary's a penalty kick. They're going to call Riley McGuire. I thought they were calling McGuire for a bump. But they're not. They're going to give St. Mary's the free kick. Flaherty made a tremendous save on the penalty kick. She guessed right, went right to where the kicker was going, made the save, and kept it a 1-1 game. From long range, Flaherty makes another save. Skabikas with another great try. The 8th grader just hit. What a talent she is. I don't want to see her when she's a senior. She drilled that. That was going over Flaherty's head, under the top crossbar, inside the far post. Flaherty went as high as she could, just got a piece and knocked it out. Another great save by Flaherty. Now it gets knocked out by St. Mary's on a rebound off the corner kick. Flaherty will kick it away. What a game she's having. St. Mary's back at it. And he tipped it, but tipped it right to St. Mary's, and they drilled it, and Flaherty had to make another save. Mannion tried to kick it upfield. She kicked it right to St. Mary's. They booted it right back. A break for Classical. And shot goes wide right. I think that was Maloney that walked in, and Flaherty had to make another save. Karenke broke it up. Here she comes again. Another, she's getting a lot of shots. Spinning away, moving away. Right foot, left foot. That one went high right and out of play. And we'll get, with just over 4 minutes left in a 1-1 game in this 2021 Lynn City Series Championship Final, the girls version. We're tied at 1. We're going to get a timeout. Coming out of the timeout, we're awful close to a shootout. Classic. Flaherty has been unbelievable in net for the Lady Rams. She blocked that penalty kick, and she's had at least 3 more that she's had to make great saves on. All the young kids for St. Mary's forcing Flaherty to stand on her head. Now they drill it, but they drill it right at her. She made the save, but that was dead center. I think that was Isabel Skabikas. She's only a freshman. Well, letting all the young kids play up front. The seniors are playing back on defense. Blocked. Blocked by St. Mary's. Delaney trying to knock it to the middle. Bodies go down. They hold hands while they're down there. They took each other down and then shook hands for doing it. St. Mary's tips it away. Mannion breaks it up. Trying to knock it deep. Haskell knocks it high in the air to the far side. It's going to go out of play. Oh, it doesn't. It stays in. And Mannion knocks it away. And we're going to whistle because way downfield, back at midfield, Miss Gagnon, the trainer, has to come out and check on one of the Classical players. Coach Mike Shenna coming out as well. We're back. We hope she's going to be okay. I apologize, but when they picked her up, we couldn't pick up her number. They helped her off. They were covering her number as they held her off, helped her off the field. Now it's just one of those, give it to Classical, kick it away, and not try to make any advantage. Thurman flying down that far side. throwing it out in front, blocked and knocked away. Dana got bumped and went down as she tried to get the shot off. Trying to get the shot, she collided with one of the defenders, and she went down. The ball got cleared away. Carenti knocks it away. St. Mary's takes it away. Here they come. Blocked nicely by Banyan. And you don't want her to have it. She got around, takes the shot. Flaherty had to make the save again. Sophie Skabikis again. She could have 4 or 5. She got a hat trick in the win in the opening game. She's got the goal tonight. She could have had a few more. Flaherty has been immense the last 10 or 15 minutes of this second half. She's made 4 or 5 outstanding saves, one on the penalty kick. And we're in the final 2 minutes and counting. Carenti shading Owumi away from the ball. It'll go out of play. Glasgow will kick it away as they make a substitution. Flaherty, who's been immense in the second half, especially the second half of the second half. Once they tied it up, Flaherty has made 5 or 6 great saves. Most of them against Sophia Skabikis. As we're winding down, not a lot of time left. Pop straight up in the air. All the way back to Carenti. They blow the whistle, and that's going to do it. So regulation couldn't come up with a winner. Glasgow, St. Mary's got that goal by Sophia Skabikis. She had a couple of other chances, and all of a sudden, a great play by Lauren Wilson, just stopping, turning, throwing it across field. Sitting on the back door was Delaney Dana. And it's funny how the 2-time state champion baseball coach for St. Mary's, Derek Dana, his daughter, scores the goal that ties the game for Lynn Glasgow against St. Mary's. It's 1-1. We're going to go to a shootout. We're back with a shootout. St. Mary's will go first. They knocked it over everything. Riley McGuire was the shooter. Now they'll switch around, and Glasgow will go. Olivia Waterman will try to give Glasgow an advantage in the shootout. Big time save. Kennison with a tremendous save. The goaltenders have been unbelievable. Glasgow fans got excited when St. Mary's missed. This is Brooke Maloney. She'll try to put St. Mary's up 1. A great save by Flaherty. Flaherty's been immense. Both goaltenders making outstanding saves. And Classical will have a chance to get on top. Coaches, players, fans, even the officials checking this out. This will be Correnti. Off the goaltender and in. So Classical gets an advantage. I think this is going to be the 7th grader, Bella Awumi. We'll see when she gets up. Five different shooters. She knocks it home. Ties it up at 1. She's only a 7th grader. This is Ava Thurman. Knocking it home. This is her. She just nonchalantly knocks it in. That's Sophie Skabikas. Ties it at 2. Waiting to see who the next shooter is going to be. The goaltender. Anna Flaherty, goaltender against goaltender. You don't often see this. Trying to give Classical an advantage. Goes upstairs and knocks it in. St. Mary's under the gun. Classical leading 3-2. This is the other Skabikas. This is Isabella. Knocking it in. So the sister act ties it at 3. I believe this is Molly Mannion. This is huge for Classical. If she scores, she puts pressure on St. Mary's. So Mannion will try to score. Kennison will try to keep it out. She went left and knocked it in. And that wins it for Classical. St. Mary's missed twice. They knocked one over the net, and Flaherty made a great save on another one. And Mike Schenner out to celebrate with his team. It didn't look good with about 10 minutes left in the game. The goal by Sophia Skabikas gave St. Mary's the lead. They held it on. And then finally, Waterman made that great play, just going to the far side, completely stopping, let the defense go by, threw it toward the net. It wound up from the far side to the near post on the other side. And Delaney Dana was there to knock it home and tie the game up. St. Mary's had numerous chances in the last 4 or 5 minutes. Flaherty was immense in net. She added to it by knocking in one of the shootout scores. And it was the first shooter for St. Mary's knocked it over the net. And then both goaltenders made 2 great saves. And Molly Mann in the last shooter knocked it in. So Kennison also made a great save on one of the shots. But St. Mary's missed twice. Glasgow wins the shootout 4-3. They win the game. It'll be a tie for the MIA toward the state tournament. MIA doesn't count overtime during the regular season. So it's a tie for both teams. Glasgow will go to 2-0-1. St. Mary's will go to 1-0-1. But Lynn Classical will be the 2021 Lynn City champions. The goal by Dana tied it up after Sophie Skabikas got her 4th goal of the tournament, along with an assist. And then it was Carenti, Thurman, Flaherty, and the last one, Mannion, that won it to offset goals by the 7th grader, Awumi, the 8th grader, Skabikas, and the freshman, Skabikas. That's Sophie and Isabel. And now they'll present the trophy over the far side. Classical celebrating, holding up the trophy that's presented to the winner. That'll go in the trophy case at Classical. And they win it. Coach Mike Senna walking away with the hardware. I don't know if they had an MVP. If they did, it certainly was Flaherty. She's holding a trophy, so that might be it. She might be the MVP. And that's well deserved. So Classical is the 2021 champion. As it took a shootout, they had to score late. St. Mary's had a bundle of chances in the last 5, 6, 7 minutes. Anna Flaherty was outstanding in net with some tremendous saves. Kept Classical in it. And a great play, Waterman Lauren Wilson hooking up with Delaney Dana with the tying goal. And Flaherty kept St. Mary's off the board after that with great saves. And then they win the shootout by a score of 4-3 as Flaherty made another great save in the shootout. Kennison did as well. But the first shot of St. Mary's totally missed the net, and that was the difference. They missed twice. Classical only missed once. And they win it in a shootout, and they're the 2021 Lynn City Tournament champions. Congratulations to the Classical Rams. In the shootout, after a 1-1 tie, they win the shootout by a score of 4-3. As we mentioned, it'll be a tie for both teams in the record books. But it's a win here at Classical. Will celebrate the 2021 championship. So congratulations to Mike Senna and the Lady Rams. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.